Previously in Messiah Complex, the X-Men are trying to contain the Sentinels' attack when every telepath just falls unconscious, losing part of their fighting power in the process. At the same time, Dust discovers that the machines are being controlled by human Sentinels created by Cassandra Nova. And finally, Cyclops made the hard decision to send Wolverine and the X-Force after his own son, Cable, whose motives are still unknown. Next day, after the battle, the X-Men find themselves cleaning the rubble of the mansion when Professor X appears, looking directly at Scot. "Have you lost your mind? Did you ever consider the consequences of what you've done?" Scot, who's surrounded by all the members, looks back at him. "Dispatching our best trackers, our most formidable fighters, it needed to be done. We're at the mutant equivalent of DEFCON 1. In seconds, Xavier raises his tone, and you panicked. Honestly, Scot, I'm disappointed. I thought I'd taught you better." Cyclops pauses for a second, and with a serious tone, asks all present to give them some space. As most of the members leave, Xavier notices his own mistake, lowering his head. "I'm sorry, Scot. Whatever concerns I have, I shouldn't have expressed them in front of the others. I only did it because it seemed like a good idea at the time," responds Cyclops with sharpness. Xavier looks back at him, expressing how wrong it looks to send assassins after his own son. Scot ignores the words and adds, "Charles, you trained me to be leader of the X-Men. Didn't it occur to you that for me to take the reins, you'd have to stop driving?" "Intellectually, yes, but now, that's what I thought," replies Cyclops as he walks away. "Scot, don't you see? These are special circumstances," shouts Xavier. "They are always special circumstances, Charles," replies Scot, before Professor X rushes to be in front of him, face to face. "Not like this. The survival of our race is at stake. In times such as these, as much as I hate to hew to cliche, two heads are better than one." Scot just keeps walking past him. "Two heads go in two directions. We can't afford that now." Charles just frowns. "All right, Scot. Message received. I will do what you need. I'll back off." Suddenly, Cyclops stops, and with a serious tone replies to Xavier, "Charles, you know that's not going to happen. We're going to have dozens of confrontations like this. I can't have the distractions." Professor X just pauses for a second, realizing what Scot is asking of him. "You can't be serious." Now, somewhere in Canada, Cable finds himself evading all types of attack when a sadistic voice calls his attention. He stops and pulls up his gun, pointing directly at Deathstrike, who came all the way from Washington with a group of Reavers. "You both die today." At the same time, Sirin from X Factor has received a call from a mutant who thinks he is being followed, when in seconds a dead deer is thrown in front of his car, causing him to crash. Now, with fear in his eyes, he tries to call for help. When he finally sees him face to face, it's Predator X. 80 years in the future, a group of guards are patrolling the mutant camp when they see a body among the rubble. As they get closer, they run a diagnostic that shows the body is 100% human. "Okay, she's clean." Suddenly the scanner starts to react. "Hold it," shouts one. "Her reading just shifted. Now I am getting a mutant read off her." Layla opens her eyes, smiling. "What can I say? It comes and goes." Then she looks to the side. "Don't hurt them too much, Jamie." In seconds, the guards realize that they are surrounded by Madrox's duplicates. "I want to know everything you know about that mutant concentration camp over there," shouts Jamie as he grabs a guard. "Go to hell, mutie," spits the human. Madrox doesn't appreciate the tone and punches him right in the face, taking some teeth out. But before he could hit him again, Layla intervenes, holding his hand. "Jamie, we want to find out as much as we can about that place. If you beat him to death, we'll need a Ouija board to learn anything." Madrox lets him go at Layla's request, but his face is furious. "I know you're right, Layla. You usually are. It's just unbelievable. Back in our own time, mutants are a dying breed. But if we manage to survive all that, then this is what we have to look forward to." Now in Cooperstown, Alaska, X-Force finally arrive, but the place is surrounded by police officers. They move quickly to get out of sight. However, Warpath has his own plan, punching one of the officers and grabbing his walkie-talkie. "That was bleeding stealthy, Warpath," says Wolfsbane. "I don't do stealthy," he replies. From the distance, Wolverine sees the conversation and gets closer to him. "You'll do what you're told. There's nothing in it for us to have to fight our way in." Warpath doesn't back off, adding, "True, On the other hand, having a walkie-talkie so we can listen in on the cops and track their movement lessens the chance of having to fight our way out. He hands the device to Logan and walks away. Logan then hands it to Hepzibah, telling her that she's in charge now. "Okay, so far so good," growls Wolverine. "When we were first here, there was too much crap in the air to get any scent. Plus, we didn't know what we were looking for. Between that and the smoke and chemicals having dissipated, we got a better shot." He then looks at the team. We split into pairs. X-23 with me, Caliban, you're with Hepzibah, Warpath with Wolfsbane. James looks back at him. "No offense to Ron, but I'd rather work with Hepzibah." But Wolverine reaffirms his decision. "You go where I say. Clear?" He then looks at Ron. "Keep an eye on him. When the moment comes, and it's gonna, we can't hesitate. Warpath is valuable to the mission, but if there's any chance he's gonna falter at the finish line, I've gotta know." Wolfsbane follows James as he mentions, "He doesn't trust me, does he?" "That's not it." James looks back at her. "Don't lie. You suck at it." Truth is, I don't blame him. He knows I have a history with Cable. Ron raises an eyebrow. "Of course he knows, but he trusts you. You wouldn't be on this mission if he didn't." She then closes her eyes, breathing deeply. "But what I want to know, with your history with Cable, why would you agree to this mission?" As Wolfsbane starts looking for clues, James sits as he thinks deeply. "Cable and I were teammates. He was my mentor, my friend. But that baby is hope for our species. I know what Cable would do if he were in my shoes. The mission always comes first." "Then what's the problem?" asks Rana. With a serious look, Warpath lowers his gaze. "I don't know. Guess I just wish there was a way to save the baby and save Cable." Now in Canada, Cable and Deathstrike go head-to-head as they try to kill the kid he is carrying, but he doesn't back up, blocking every strike as he covers the child. Deathstrike tries to choke him, but Cable reacts quickly, grabbing her by the hair and slamming her against the dirt. Back in the future, Madrox is finally getting some answers. "Who was responsible?" he asks as he chokes the guard with his boot. "For what?" "Don't get cute. For the camps." "Oh, like you don't know." As Madrox looks around, he adds, "Let's pretend we're new in town. Hard to get up to speed when no one talks or writes about mutants." The guard sits straight as he sees his partner taken down. It's a non-issue. The government monitors all communications, written and spoken. Anyone even mentions mutants, the government shuts them down and deletes the references. After hearing that statement, Madrox looks back at the guard with surprise. "You can't monitor what every person everywhere says. You really are new in town, aren't you?" "The camps. What caused them? Who's to blame for?" The guard raises an eyebrow in disbelief. "Who's to blame? You are, idiot. Mutants, or rather a mutant. Your type has no cause for complaining about the camps. You brought them on yourselves." Back in the station, Logan, James, and Ron hear some noise in the next room. They rush immediately, and as they get close, they see Hepzibah and Caliban surrounded by police officers who were knocked out. Hepzibah smiles, holding the walkie-talkie. Caliban screamed and alerted the team. Caliban looks back at the team apologizing, but he also lets them know that whatever was interfering with telepaths has left town. The bad news, more police officers are on their way to this hospital. Warpath looks at the team and adds, "I grabbed a look at the hospital schematic. There's some old maintenance tunnels accessible through the basement. By the time they get in, we'll be in the Blackbird." Logan agrees with the plan immediately. Now in Canada, Cable is resisting as much as he can against the group of assassins. Deathstrike goes in fast, piercing one of Cable's wrist braces, which pushes him back. However, there's no rest. The Reaver goes at it again, and Cable's eyes just look focused. Back in the future, Layla and Madrox can't believe what they are hearing. Completely ridiculous. There's no way that we're responsible for... Layla interrupts him as the glare of flashlights appears in front of them. The guard who was being interrogated just slams his hand. "Idiots! You should have believed me about non-issues. The moment you even mentioned the words mutant, you led them right to us." An anti-mutant squad appears in seconds, pointing their guns at Madrox to apprehend him. While one of the guards shouts that the girl is also a mutant, Jamie punches him to shut him up. However, Madrox didn't expect that Layla would snitch on herself. She looks straight at the soldier's face and adds, "No, I'm his accomplice. I may not read like a mutant right now, but that's my power. I'm just like him. Wherever you're taking him, I belong there too."